Hello, kindergarten. Welcome back to my home, and welcome back to my library. I'm just so happy you've chosen to have story time with me again today. Which I say every day because it's true. I just love imagining each and every one of my friends right here with me in my home and in my library while we enjoy these wonderful stories together. Well, I've selected for today a story that might be new to you. It's a story about a friend who may or may not be imaginary. Well, the wonderful thing about picture books is that the words tell part of the story, but the pictures give you clues to the other part of the story. So you can't just read the words without looking at the pictures, because then the story doesn't really make that much sense. So while I'm reading the story to you today, I'm going to ask that you spend a lot of time really looking at the pictures and see if you can use your brain and find some clues to what's really happening in the story. Do you think you can do that? I think so too. Are you ready? Sit back and get comfortable, because today we're going to read The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santant. Here's our title page. The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santant. He was born on an island far away where imaginary friends were created. Here they lived and played, each eagerly waiting to be imagined by a real child. Every night he stood under the stars, hoping for his turn to be picked by a child and given a special name. He waited for many nights. But his turn never came. His mind filled with thoughts of all the amazing things that were keeping his friend from imagining him. So rather than waiting, he did the unimaginable. He sailed through unknown waters and faced many scary things. But thinking about his friend gave him the courage to journey on. Until he reached the real world. The real world was a strange place. No kids were eating cake, and no one stopped to hear the music. And everyone needed nap time. Then he finally saw something familiar, so he followed. He had a good feeling about this place, but he looked everywhere and he could not find his friend. Kindergarten, I want to tell you something. Beekle's friend is on this page, but you have to really pay special attention to see if you can figure out who his friend might be. He climbed to the top of a tree and looked out, wishing and hoping his friend would come. But no one came. He thought about how far he'd come and how long he'd waited and felt very sad. And then he heard a noise below. Hello? Her face was friendly and familiar, and there was something about her that was just right. At first, they weren't sure what to do. Neither of them had made a friend before. But after a little while, they realized they were perfect together. Beekle and Alice had many new adventures. They shared their snacks. They told funny jokes. The world began to feel a little less strange. And together they did the unimaginable. And on the back of this book, it says something very special. It says, sometimes the best friends lie just beyond our imagination. The end. Kindergarten, I just love reading that book with you today. And you know what? I am so happy and grateful that you are not my imaginary friends. You are my real friends, and I love each and every one of you very, very much. Until we read again, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.